Hello everyone, my name is Venkatesh Shenvi and I am going to be talking about nursing bottle caries. The contents of this topic are as follows. Now let us first see what dental caries and nursing bottle caries are. Dental caries is a microbiological disease of the mineralized tissues of the teeth, characterized by the demineralization of the inorganic portion and destruction of the organic substances of the tooth. What are nursing bottle caries? Nursing bottle caries is a unique pattern of dental caries seen in young patients due to prolonged and improper feeding habits. Nursing bottle caries are defined as Winter et al. In 1960 defined nursing caries as a unique pattern of dental decay in young children due to prolonged nursing habit. Kroll et al. In 1967 defined nursing bottle mouth as a syndrome characterized by severe caries pattern beginning with the maxillary anterior teeth in healthy bottle-fed infants or toddler. Shelton et al. In 1977 defined nursing bottle syndrome as a devastating condition that may render young children dentally crippled. Over the years, nursing bottle caries have been described with various names. Some of these names are listed above. Now let us see what are the most important factors that cause dental caries. According to Case in 1960, dental caries are caused by three major factors, namely host, diet, and the microorganisms. Newburn further added time as the fourth most important factor. Today, along with these four major factors, multiple factors are known and are responsible in causing dental caries. Moving on to the causative factors of nursing bottle caries. Frequent milk feeding habit at night, salivary deficiency, not brushing a baby's teeth at least twice a day, and prolonged milk feeding habit beyond 12 to 18 months of baby's age. Clinical features. Nursing bottle caries arise as early as the first year of the baby's life. It begins as a white chalky area around the gum line of the baby tooth. Gradually, it spreads to cover the entire tooth surface. Later on, it may discolor, giving the tooth a yellow to brown appearance. Finally, the tooth may chip off or completely break off as it weakens the tooth. The first teeth to be affected are generally primary maxillary anterior incisors. The decay engulfs other teeth too, resulting in a full mouth decay of the baby teeth. Moving on to the sequence of caries. Primary maxillary incisors are the first to get affected. The facial, lingual, mesial and distal surfaces of maxillary central incisors is affected first, followed by facial, lingual, mesial and distal surfaces of maxillary lateral incisors, followed by facial, lingual and occlusal surfaces of maxillary first molars, followed by facial, lingual and proximal surfaces of maxillary canine and second molars, and at the later stages the mandibular molars are affected. The mandibular incisors are usually spared because they are protected by the tongue covering them and mechanical cleansing action due to the continuous flow of saliva. Here are some pictures that show the severity of the caries. As I mentioned earlier, the maxillary central incisors are the most commonly affected teeth. Moving on to the management. Management aims management of the existing emergency, arrest and control of the carious process, preventive procedures, and restoration and rehabilitation. Factors affecting management: extent of the lesion, age of the patient, behavioral problem of the child due to young age. Treatment and prevention. Treatment is divided into 3 visits. On the first visit, the cause of the disease is identified, followed by parent counseling. Carious lesions are excavated and temporary restoration is placed. X-rays are advised to assess the condition, and abscess, if present, is drained. Moving on to the parent counseling. Ask the parents about the child's feeding habits. Avoid frequent nighttime bottle feeding habits. Regular toothbrushing at least twice a day. Use a pea-sized non-fluoridated toothpaste up to the age of 3 years. Use a finger brush for baby up to 1 year with rice grain sized toothpaste. Weaning the baby of the baby bottle. Diluting the baby bottle with water. And introduction of semi-solid food. The second visit is scheduled 1 week after the first visit. The feeding patterns are analyzed and restorations are carried out. Moving on to the third visit, restoring all the decayed teeth, endodontic treatment. In case of unrestorable teeth, extractions are indicated along with space maintainers. Crowns can be given for endodontically treated teeth, and review and recall after every 3 months. Now let us see some complications of nursing bottle caries. Nursing bottle caries can lead to malaligned teeth. It can cause formation of cysts and other perioapical pathology. It can also cause problems in alignment and eruption of the succeeding permanent teeth. Baby teeth of a child are as precious as adult teeth. They perform important functions of retaining space for future adult teeth, allow proper chewing and speaking, contribute to a pleasant appearance and self-confidence of your child. Prevention is the best cure when it comes to nursing bottle caries. Follow good oral hygiene measures and proper feeding habits. Thank you.